Hey guys, here's another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. Let's go ahead and jump in. So today, Rafa was focused on the 57 Beetle again. Again, just doing a lot of little details on this car. Again, the owner is interested in things being correct on this car, so we're just correcting some little details that for one reason or another weren't right, and then adding some little parts which could be easily overlooked. But are correct nonetheless. Like, for example, the so-called witches hats. I think you can imagine why they're called that. On the front hood underside here, installed those. The owner had the incorrect bolts for these, so we went ahead and put the right ones in. You know, again, it's those little details like that that really kind of make or break a car in some respect. And so this car is going to be super correct. So trying to get all those little details ironed out. As you can see, we finally put on the fender that we had to do a little touch up. There was some paint issues right here, kind of between the bullet and the bullet turn signal and the headlight. So got that back. You've probably, those of you that have been watching, have seen it sitting on a dolly in the shop. It's on the car now. So car's looking much better now that it's got all its fenders on it. Some other little things here and there on the outside of the car, nothing really worth going into detail on. The inside of the car, though, did some stuff that's pretty noticeable. Guess we need to oil that. So as you can see, the seats are in it, which is super exciting. Seats for this car, super beautiful. Again, I think I mentioned before, these were upholstered by Lenny Kopp, his shop, West Coast Classic Restorations. His work is really top notch. Hard to underestimate how good those guys are. So those went in today, and also the dash is pretty much complete now. So the owner came by today and he had some original knobs that we installed. So if I can squeeze in here. So headlight and choke and windshield wiper knobs, original ivory that have been restored, super good condition. Likewise, the shift lever, put that in finally, again with I don't know why this isn't focusing, with an original knob. Rafa painted the dash grill mesh, the mesh that goes in there, you can see it. So according to Rafa, the correct color for that, which hardly anyone seems to know, is actually ivory, or kind of almost like a beige color. Everyone paints that silver or black. Neither of those, according to Rafa, are correct. But so here we are. This is ivory, and it actually goes really nice with the radio knobs and the dash knobs, the steering wheel, everything. And actually, now that I'm seeing it, I don't know that I've ever seen one that color before, but it really looks correct. It really kind of ties everything together, in my opinion. I think other than that, it's already covered up. He put the shift coupling, I don't know if it was in or not, but he got it in if it wasn't in, and then also added safety wire to it, and then of course the cover is over it, so there's not really much to see there. Some other details that I'm not remembering at the moment, kind of small things, washers on these back body bolts here, there weren't washers on them, just little things like that here and there, but lots of them. So those are kind of the major things for the 57 today. Let me talk about what I did a little bit. So I worked on both of these beauties today, the 59 and the 61. So let me start off with the 61 on that today. Now that we have all the parts and so on, I went ahead and put together the rear brakes on this car. The transmission's back. I don't know, those of you that are regulars to my channel know that we had some issues with the reduction box housings on here. They weren't actually correct, and we weren't able to assemble this. So we got those swapped out, and we've got everything. So I went ahead and put those together. And as you can see, all the hardware has all been zinc plated. It's all original hardware. I love the looks of these things with original hardware that's been all restored and zinc plated. It's just really beautiful. It's almost a shame to cover it up with drums, but there you go. So went ahead and built both sides of this, and then moved on to the 59 today. So one thing I did was start working on the pedal assemblies for this. So the throttle pedal and its linkage is assembled now. You can see there the brake and clutch pedals, you can see them sitting there, are obviously not in, but the levers that go underneath the bus, crawl down here, are in. So dangling down here is the clutch lever. Of course it goes up like that when everything's connected. And then the brake lever you can't really see from here, but it's kind of hidden back behind here. And then as you can kind of see here, the push rod is connected for the master cylinder. So I got those things connected. They're kind of a pain, but not too bad. There you can see the underside of the throttle linkage. So I went ahead and installed those. I'll put the actual pedals on the brake and clutch tomorrow. And then I believe tomorrow this bus is going over for the headliner and ragtop install, just like this one did a week or so ago at Octavio's. The owner of this bus already supplied all the materials, so you can see the German cloth headliner there. You can see rolled up there the canvas top, and then these big white boxes are all basically the sliding ragtop assembly here. So pretty much everything there except the labor to put it in. So it's going to be going next door probably tomorrow, and they'll have it for about a week while they're putting that in. And then at that point, it'll pretty much look exactly like that. Same colors, same everything. Beautiful. Other than that, I started restoring the wiper assembly today. We got a used wiper assembly from Eddie Collins at Eddie and Dave's garage, about a quarter mile from here. We buy a lot of parts from him. So went ahead and completely disassembled that and wire brushed all the hardware for that. So this is all going to go off to zinc plating. Some of this is actually hardware for the steering box. Going to zinc plate all that too. The wiper bracket itself is going to get repainted. Ace Machine Gray is pretty much an exact match for this kind of grayish with maybe a hint of blue color that Volkswagen used on some of these. You can see this is the original paint here. So we'll repaint that. And I think that is about it for me for today. So good day in the shop, pretty productive. Got some progress on 2 buses and a bug. Can't go wrong with that. So we will see you guys next time. Thanks.